Christmas is, I would argue, a subversive feast from a Christian standpoint. Look in the Gospel of Luke, the great Christmas story. We read it at Mass and at Sunday services all over the Christian world. That's a very confrontational story. It begins by invoking Quirinius, who's the Roman governor of Syria, and Caesar Augustus, who's the king of the world. And Caesar's doing, Luke tells us, a paradigmatically powerful thing. He's declaring a census of the whole world. Well, that's what powerful people did. You take a census of your kingdom. That means you can tax your people more effectively. This is a very worldly, lordly figure. But then Luke is telling us, I'm not interested primarily in him. I'm interested in this weird new baby king that's arriving. And now the story of Jesus unfolds. He's being born, not in a palace. That's where Caesar Augustus would be. But Luke is saying the real king, the new king, he's not even room for him in the Bethlehem. He has to be born in a cave. More to it, they wrap him up in swaddling clothes and they lay him in a manger. But the real king, Luke is saying, is actually wrapped up in swaddling clothes. He's a little tiny baby, too weak even to raise his head. The true king is not the one who has rangy worldly power. The true king is the one who is bound to the other in love, who becomes weak for the sake of the other. Not the one who's well protected in his palazzo, in his palace, but the one who's willing to become vulnerable in love. He's placed in a manger, which is the spot where the animals come to eat. He was the best fed figure in the ancient world. But the real king, the real emperor, Luke is saying, is not the one who feeds himself, but the one who's placed in the manger so that he becomes food for the world.